This is a geometry math lesson called Parts of an Angle. You can write that in your journal. Parts of an angle. So, to start our lesson, we need a reminder of what a line is. So, in math, a line is something that goes on forever and ever in every direction. So, if we have a line, we can even use this colored pencil. This is our line. Even though the colored pencil ends, in math, the word line means keeps on going in every direction. So it keeps on going that way forever, and it keeps on going that way forever. To make an angle, instead of having lines, we need what we call rays. So a ray is something where you take a line and stick a point on the end to end it. So we're going to use this little guy here. You're okay, Esri. Esri says hi. If we count this as our point, then that means that this line no longer goes in every direction. It stops here and keeps going in every direction that way. And it now gets the name ray. This is a ray. This right here is also a ray. It ends at this end and keeps on going forever in that direction. This little point right here where the rays end, in an angle we call that the vertex. The vertex is the point where they meet and come together. If you're doing other work with shapes like triangles or squares or hexagons or whatever, any of the corners are called vertexes also. This word gets used a lot in geometry. So here we have two rays that meet at a vertex, and the space in between the rays right here is the angle. The space outside right here is also another angle. So here's an angle and here's an angle. I'm going to move these little labels out of the way so we have a bit more space to talk. Any shape that I want to make using my two rays that meet at a vertex will give me two angles. Here's an angle, here's an angle. If I take these wee tiny ones, here's an angle, here's an angle. That tiny little space in there, that's an angle. This big old huge space out here is an angle. Even this will make an angle. Makes a big giant one out around the outside. If you leave them lined up like this, you can get one angle here and one angle here. Angles are everywhere. There are a lot of them. For now, we're going to stop our lesson here because this is some of the parts of the angle that we need to know. We have the rays. Those are the lines that end and are no longer technically a line. They stop and keep going in one direction. And the vertex is where they meet. And the angle is any space trapped inside. If you want to show that work on paper, it looks like this. You draw the vertex. You make a straight line with an arrow on the end. We do the arrow on the end to remind ourselves on our paper that the line keeps going in every direction out there. The ray keeps on going. It's hard to use the word line sometimes when mathematically it means something specific, but in our regular language it just means a mark you made on paper. It's strange, huh? So we're going to draw our ray right here. We now have two rays that keep going in every direction that way, and they end right here at the vertex. And this little mark that you can draw right there, this little curvy line, says this is the angle that I'm talking about. Now, there's another angle out here, so you could draw both if you wanted. Those are angles. That's an angle. That's an angle. Angles are everywhere. Take a walk, perhaps, see what angles you can find. Notice if they are wee little tiny angles, or slightly larger, or big old massive angles like this. We'll talk more about the proper words that you use instead of wee little tiny angle in our next lesson. Following up on this could be something big and involved if you want, but it also could just mean you take a couple colored pencils, build some angles, and draw them on your paper. Maybe write down the words ray and vertex and angle. I'll write that right here for you so that you remember them. Angle. All right? I'll see you around. Have a good day. Remember to write parts of an angle in your journal so that you have a good record of your work. Bye.